Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now up 94. NASDAQ is down 46. S&Ps are off 4.5. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, as we do each and every Tuesday at 20 past the first hour. Don't forget, folks, Basil has an outstanding show right here every trading day, 12 to 1 Eastern Standard Time. Also has a great newsletter, the opening call. Now, the way you get the opening call is come over to our website at TFNN, hit newsletters. Bottom line right there comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Basil Chapman, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you doing?
Doing great, man. Yourself?
Very good. Thank you.
Cool, man. So, I got your chart up. I got the Dow Industrial. It's the only one that wants to stay at a high, it looks like.
Yep, and thanks to Boeing, now maybe there are one or two others that are helping, but Boeing is a big percentage of this. And I really don't like to see that, because if Boeing was there and was helping the Dow, that's fine. But then I would like to see the S&P making a new high as well. I'd like the Qs very close. And I don't like to see the divergence between the very weak Russell 2000. So this is something that we need to watch closely. It is a new high. That's very good. We've sort of stood by the last day or two just watching this, because in my 120-minute chart I showed in my show this morning, we'd made a peak C in that 120. We're always looking at that fourth highest peak, peak D. We've got that now. So things are lining up that we've got to be a little cautious here, because it is very positive that in the long term, we've actually gotten close to 27,000. I showed a study that I'd done on the long-term chart that I mentioned I would send to anyone who's interested. In fact, let me just pull it across here. And that shows you from the low that was made, if you don't mind, I've just got it over here. From the low that was made on the crash of October the 19th, 1987, that was 1663, and we've run up all the way. There's this light blue line, dashed cyan line, and I like to put what I call an inside track. So within a little bit like a narrow up channel. So it goes right to the exact high of 2007, and then it pulls back sharply. And then the price, I always like to look at trend lines or moving averages or gaps, as if don't worry about it at all until you start getting closer and closer. Well, look what happened. In January, the Dow went right to that line at 26,616. This is a very long-term monthly chart going back to 1986. So all of a sudden, that line becomes important. We pull back, make a V-shaped recovery, and we go to a slightly higher high. And today we went even further. But we're up against that trend line. That trend line actually depends which month, because it's a rising trend line, goes to 27,200. So this is the chart. If anyone's interested, I've given a kind of an analysis of what I'm looking at. I'm not making big projections here for 2019. That's going to be another chart. But this is really a very important moment, and there are a couple of reasons why. Within the time frames, if you're looking at the usual September to October weakness, which we actually haven't had for 2 years, but it's historically a weak time, we've been holding quite well, but only in certain areas. I'm going to move this away. And we can see that if you look at the QQQ, that's the Index 100 trading vehicle, in the weekly chart, bumping up in that Chapman Wave inside track repellent zone. If you look at the IWM, which at times over the last year and a half has been a leader, all of a sudden in the monthly chart, look at this. And I'm always surprised at trend lines. I get this from years ago when I used to hand chart, and then I'd draw a long trend line, and then it would disappear. And then one day when I came back, I said, oh, there's that trend line. Look at this. This goes back from the low of 2009. You can start an up channel. And where have we been repelled? Back in 2014, 2015, and all of a sudden back here, it went fractionally above, and now it's below this long. You see this green trend line. So I'm looking at this cautiously, because it's a very whippy phase with individual stocks doing well. But when you start to see, I've got an index that I call Cash, CASH. If you look at Cintas, I spoke to you the other day about it. Look, it hasn't even bounced. Look what it's done off the low. It's not doing anything. Something's wrong. If that overall is uniforms, rentals, That to me is a warning. And then A is for Amazon. All of a sudden, Amazon is failing to go to highs. You can see right here, look at that trend line. It got repelled on the high that was made on the 4th of September. So it's not weak or anything, but it is starting to fail to accompany like the Dow with new highs, or even the Qs to new highs. And then the SPY is my other one. SPY is right here. Failed to make a new high. The Dow did, but this stopped right the other day, the 20th of September at 293. And the last one is Home Depot. And Home Depot should be doing very well right now and is starting to turn down. So I'm saying this is a period where we still actually have long positions. We still have United Technologies doing well. The NASDAQ, IBB, biotech sector, we still got that, still long. We're still long the dollar, and this is going to be fascinating because here we are. Look, even with today's big move in gold, the dollar's holding well. It's up. I've got it up 19 cents right now. The MACD and Stochastic are all very good. And when I put it together with the gold, I'm just wondering, probably you'd have a good answer to this. Why is the euro, which usually it doesn't track with the gold, but very often when the dollar's weak, you'll see the euro rallying. It's not participating here at all. It's still very weak. So I'm kind of cautious, and I think you have to be very selective. As I say, we're not afraid to go long with stocks that really, we still have our steel stocks doing very nicely. Just added another one this morning in the shipping area, because that's always a very late cycle. Shippers, they only get the big orders when everyone's convinced everything's good, by which time anything can happen in the market. But we'll see if that can continue. I'm just a little cautious right here. We haven't got any short positions, but I'm looking at even the semiconductors. You know how long I've spoken to you about semis leading the way up? They just stuck. They had a real good intraday move to 108, and now they're at 106.75 in the SMHs. So something's not right with this picture.
Well, what's interesting is that I'll get the volume after the close tonight, but I don't have it right now. But it looks like the transports are an ABC down. They broke the swing point with conviction, So
with conviction and awful high. I must admit that it's off an all-time high. But look at the airlines, and of course that's because of the huge move in crude oil. Look at that from the airlines.
Actually, when I look at the IYT, this is going to be an ABC down. That's an ABC. It's breaking it with volume. Yeah, 203.08. Yeah. We've done 281,000. It's going into 218. So that means the transports, when I actually get to the transports tonight, more than likely it's going to have the volume. So that's a problem for Dow theorists for sure.
Yes, it is, because you like to have them both going to new highs at the same time or very close together. I'm watching this very closely, but back at the ranch, I think it's still, don't have to get excited. If you've got stocks that are working well for you, you don't have to sell everything. Just take a little bit off, take some cash. I think building some cash position, I don't think that's a problem. There's still some stocks that are acting very well, but all those favorites that I was looking at before are starting to pull back quite sharply.
And folks, the way you get his newsletter, come over to our website at TFNN. You go into newsletters, you'll see the opening call. Comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. And, of course, don't forget, every trading day right here, you can listen to them noon to 1 Eastern Standard Time. Outstanding show. Basil, you have a great one, safe one. We look forward to the show tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Tom. You too.
Thank you. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.